Listen, this wasn't supposed to be today's episode, but something that came across my feed this morning that absolutely lit a fire in me. And I know I'm not alone in this. And even though I sat here for a moment and just tried to push it out of my mind, I could not. It kept coming to the surface. So I'm a parent in a band booster group asked a question, and I think more of us should be paying attention to it. The question was, if I'm paying $500 for band camp, why isn't my kid being pushed to be better? That one hit different. So buckle up. This is a Soundstage EDU emergency episode, and it's about getting real with what our kids need in these programs. Now, like I said, I tried to ignore this comment that I saw, but I couldn't. I'm a parent. I feel this. I have a kid that's going to be in marching band soon, and I already been told that because of who I am, I will be the parent that joins the booster club. I'm not a social person, so I'm not super excited about that, but I do see the opportunity here to help change culture, and that's my mission. Changing culture in the fine arts. So I'll do that when the time comes. But for now, we're going to talk about this. And I just got some quick notes that I put together. I don't have a whole lot of direction, just some bullet points. And we'll just, hopefully I get through this quickly. That's the goal, right? To do this fast, to be an emergency episode. We want to come in, get out. I mean, shoot, the episode that I just finished up, episode 3, which I'm going to hopefully upload before this, but it's still rendering. It's not even done. And I'm going to filter this out so you can't hear it, but the fan on my computer is just going nuts trying to finish that render while also I'm recording this one at the same time. So this all points to culture. The culture shift that we're seeing in youth performance groups, and I see it everywhere, is that we are asking less of our kids than ever before. And it shows. Band camp, theater intensives, drumline sectionals. They used to be transformative experiences. We came out sunburned, sweaty, exhausted, and stronger. Now, I see too many programs wrapped in bubble wrap. Everyone's afraid to push because pushing gets complaints, and pushing makes it uncomfortable. When I was a drumline director, I got a lot of complaints about pushing the kids. But I kept pushing. Marching band isn't supposed to be comfortable. It's supposed to be demanding. Because in those demanding situations, that's where growth happens. Growth comes from adversity. I'm sure that's an actual quote somewhere that means something, or that someone important said, and that's why it's stuck in my head. Growth comes from adversity. Growth comes from the hard parts. Nobody said life was supposed to be easy. It's not lollipops and unicorns in nice days out in a cool breeze. I live in the Midwest. It is freaking hot here. Band camp probably sucks. Marching in a parade is awful, but you know what? You grow in those situations. You don't wrap it in bubble wrap and tell them, oh, sit this out till you feel. No, you get in there and you do it and you grow from that experience. Like the Marines say, pain is, what is it? Pain leaving the body. Growth is pain leaving, or excellence is pain leaving the body. I don't know what it is. I think you know what I'm saying. I'm worked up right now. I can't think of it. My head's not on straight because I'm in the middle of a workday, and I took a break, took an early lunch in order to do this emergency recording. Weakness is pain leaving the body. That's what it is. Weakness is pain leaving the body. You don't want a weak band. You want your band to be good. You want your theater to be excellent. You don't want it to be weak. I'm using hard words. I'm using mean words. I'm using words that my wife tells me I'm not supposed to use, but I'm going to use them in this instance. It's weak. Don't be weak. Be strong. But look, I'm not here to beat up on parents. I told you, I'm a parent. And I know it's hard to watch your kids struggle, but struggle isn't failure. Struggle is education. If you're paying $500 for band camp, it's not for snacks and shade tents. It's for your kid to be challenged and stretched and pushed and changed. When we treat marching band like elementary recess, we lose the very thing that makes these programs magical: transformation through adversity. Maybe that'll be a new slogan: transformation through adversity, because everyone loves to point out that how hard I am. I've been told all my life I'm not very approachable because of the expression on my face. It's not because I'm mean. It's because I believe in transformation through adversity. That's what made me who I am. And the adversity isn't like the awful adversity things. The challenges in life, that's adversity. The things that are hard, that's adversity. The things that make us uncomfortable, that's adversity. So yes, I hear that, parent, and I agree. If you're investing in this, you have every right to expect excellence. And I have to apologize for my tone of voice real quick, and that's not something I normally do, but this got me worked up. You know how hard it is for me to keep my filter and my mouth in place in something like this? Because I know that a lot of kids come here. That's the hope anyway. Students, I'm trying to behave for you. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. So this is where the staff comes in. This is the other side. Staff, you have to step up to directors, assistants, techs, clinicians. We have to lead. We have to train kids to be resilient and expect excellence. Like I said earlier, I was not an easy drumline director. I pushed my kids to the edge sometimes. And sure, I got complaints, but those same kids came back and said, thank you. That year changed my life. I even had a kid's parent approach me once years later at a gas station. You know that, well, you know who you are, the parent that likes to just be loud and vocal and always has something to say, like I'm always being unfair to your kid because I'm hard on them and it's not fair. I mean, yes, 20 years ago, the same stuff happened, but it was relatively new to us. But I had that parent come up to me. I saw her approach and she called my name and I thought, oh no, here we go. This is why I ultimately left education, was because of people like this. We have those moments. And you know what? You're human. It's okay. You have those moments where you back down and just throw your hands up in the air and say, I'm done. But the point is, I came back. But this parent came up to me and I was expecting her to just launch in and read me the riot act like she did a decade prior. But she instantly had tears in her eyes. And she said, thank you. Thank you for being so hard on my kid. It's because of you and your demand for excellence that he grew up, rose up, and is now a successful music producer in Los Angeles. I'm not going to say his name, even if I remembered it. I don't remember it. It's an episode talking about that, the one I just recorded, talking about remembering names. But he was a problem child. And, you know, we have those. And I latch onto those when I find them. And I'm determined to make them excellent. And even without me knowing, and it was attributed to the way I taught him, the way I mentored him and shaped him, that he grew up and became successful in a very demanding field in one of the most competitive markets in the world. That's why I do this. That year changed my life. If we want better outcomes, we need better systems. We need to set standards, teach accountability and responsibility, and know the difference, and create a culture where the kids want to rise. Because they do. They want to be the king of the hill. They want to be on top of the mountain. They want people to see how good they've become at their chosen craft. Now, here's where I want to speak directly to you. Parents, boosters, directors, even clinicians and technicians that might be listening in. I've been where you are. I've taken broken programs and helped turn them into champions. And if your program is charging hundreds for band camp, I'm sorry, but you can afford to bring in someone like me, even virtually. Am I magical? No. I'm just another perspective, one who has a vested interest in seeing you succeed because of how it changed my life. So whether it's a one-time Zoom with your student leadership team, a video call with your staff, or a remote clinic where I can evaluate the system and give you a roadmap, you've got options. You don't need a superhero. You don't need some recent crowned champion from DCI. You just need a spark. And I can be that spark. So if this emergency episode struck a chord with you, share it. Send it to a parent who's frustrated. Send it to a director who's feeling stuck or burnt out. Let's stop whispering in Facebook groups and complaining there and start making real change. And if you want help, if your team needs a push, then reach out. Let's talk. Visit the Soundstage EDU page or shoot me a message there on Facebook or Instagram. So we just started that. We're just getting started here, folks. Just because we're getting started doesn't mean I'm new. Doesn't mean I don't know what I'm talking about. I think you can sense from this that I do know what I'm talking about. But I'll work with what you've got because I believe in what these programs could be because of what it did for me and what I see it do to countless other hundreds of kids every year. This has been a Soundstage EDU emergency episode. Let's go build performing arts together. And remember, be good to one another. And let's raise the bar together.